It's the leaving that's hardest, I know.
Yes.
What can I get you? Sure thing. It's yours for a day. I assume you saw the Gildergreen? Big tree, all burnt up, in the middle of the Wind District? It's part of the Temple of Kinnareth. People want Danica to do something about it, but I don't know what they expect. People say there is someone in Riften that can change your face, make you look completely different. Do you believe that? The companions? In Jorvaskr? They're recruiting new members from what I hear. Magic is for the weak. Elves, I mean. They keep to that college in Winterhold. They know their place. Of course, there is Farengar. He might be the Jarl's wizard, but at least he's a Nord. I'll show you to your room, right this way.
Well met, kinsman. Aye, that I do. Half all my life. We Battleborns have been here since the beginning, along with the Greymanes. Our family's been closest kin for generations, but Ulfric Stormcloak's uprising has divided us. Now, seems we can scarce look at each other without coming to blows. Petty and foolish, that. They are saying dragons have returned to Skyrim. Now that there, that's a real problem. Ain't sure if they're taking on new members, but you should talk to the companions. They're over in their hall, Jorvaskr. If by work, you mean testing your steel in bloody battle. Ah, the most important question of all, that one. You'll want the bannered mare. See old Hulda. She'll keep you swimming in mead. But mind the bard, Mikael. Poncy little milk drinker, that one. Ah, man gives bards a bad name. We Nords have a long history as warrior poets. I am proud to count myself among them. But Mikael, he sings only for gold and the affections of wenches. He dishonors our traditions. May your sword be sharp, and your tongue sharper.
What are you doing that for?
take a look. All right, then.
I'm just out and about. The bannered mare can do without me for a bit, I suspect.
Bits and baubles for sale, all crafted by the best blacksmith in Skyrim. I can tell you're new around here asking a question like that. My husband Eorland tends the Skyforge up at Arghus. The companions' mead halls. Oh, there's no finer smith in the Nine Halls. You should ask him about his work. It's the only subject that'll get him talking. Well, that and maybe those stuck-up, dung-sniffing battle-borns. Don't even get me started on that lot. They put on airs like there's something special. Oh, sure, they've got money, but they ain't got a shred of honor between them. Grey Mane. Huh, now that's a name fills you with pride. We've got roots in Whiterun. We've got history. You take care of yourself now.
Blade and shadow, silence and death. These are my arts. For a modest fee, I'll make great art for you. I am an artisan, painting in strokes of blood red upon the canvas of life. But yes, I will take coin to fight at your side. After all, where is the value in creating art if there is nobody left alive to see? If you change your mind, seek me out here.
Need something? Until next time.
Got some good pieces out here if you're looking to buy. More inside. Aye, that I do. I've got to, if I hope to be as good as Yorland Greymane someday. In fact, I just finished my best piece of work. It's a sword. I made it for the Jarl, Balgruf the Greater. It's a surprise. I don't even know if he'll accept it, but... Listen, could you take the sword to my father, Proventus Avenici? He's the Jarl's steward. He'll know the right time to present it to him. Thanks. Plenty. I'd say we're prosperous enough. Most folk don't go hungry, if they're willing to work hard. The city's ruled by the Jarl up in Dragon's Reach. That's the fortress there, up on the tall hill. But you're probably more interested in Jorvaska, Mead Hall of the Companions. Their deeds of war and valor are legendary. Take a look. Don't forget to check inside the shop.
What's on your mind? If you say so. Yes, let's go.
Take a good look around. I'm sure you'll find what you're looking for. If not, let me know. I might have it stored away. Welcome to War Maidens. Now you, my girl, have definitely come to the right place. Adrienne, at her forge, just outside. Place is named after her. War Maidens. It's a childhood nickname given by her father. What I hear, she was playing with swords even back then. Anyway, our wares are strong and the price is fair. What else matters? That'll be the Jarl, Balgruf the Greater. He's an honorable enough man. ever done wrong by me or my kin. Things are tough for him now, I'd wager, what with the fighting and the dragons. But Balgruuf's a tough old Nord. He can handle it. Good doing business with you.
What's on your mind?
I work for Bellathor at the general goods store.
Got something for just about everybody in here. Give a holler if you have any
Was
questions.
there something you wanted? You can ask me anything. Well, I was feeling pretty lonely till you came along, but I'm so glad you did.
I'll be happy to assist you if you'd like to purchase something.
Why would you ever not need me?
Perhaps I see only darkness, because the world itself is doomed. You again? Why can't you people leave me alone? I'm no longer a scryer. And I count you as a friend, stranger, for I no longer engage in such practice. Yes, I was once the court scryer for the Jarl of Mare. Few in power still believe in the practice, but the Reach has always been a place where the old magics were welcome. They said I could see time itself, like a map laid across my table. A scryer looks into the unknown, but it would be a mistake to call them fortune tellers. When a drought plagues the land, they will tell the farmers when it will rain. And when a loved one dies, they provide to them a glimpse of their last words. Past or future, living or dead. Our role is to assuage men's fear, relieve people of their anxiety. As such, a scryer is, in many ways, a priest. I am best known for being retained by the king in rags, and for predicting his downfall. Because for all my visions and supposed wisdom, I failed to see my daughter joining the forsworn rebels. Despite all my fame and respect, I never saw the strain it would put on my marriage. I don't know. I can't even tell you if they're alive. All my visions have gone dark.
If you have need of hunting supplies, then you've come to the right place.
I could, but I fear such a confrontation could result in her death. Still, the thought is tempting. When Madanak took the throne, I told him in 2 years' time a bear would come to reclaim it. Amused, he kept me in his court so that I could witness my own folly. The irony is that the scryers like myself make use of the old magic, the very one the Bretons espouse. But I never told him this, lest he take my words seriously.
Ah, hello, my Nord friend. In the market for some hunting supplies? Yes, I hear that question often. My brother Honorius and I came up with it one night after consuming rather too much mead. After our drinks, we went out for a moonlight hunt. We got separated, and in his drunken state, my brother mistook me for a deer. He shot an arrow that pierced my, well, rump. After such a memorable adventure, we knew we had the name for our shop. Try Hulda, the innkeeper at the Bannered Mare. It's just up the road near the market. You should check in at Dragon's Reach too. There's so much going on these days. The Jarl or his steward might have need of help. Thank you very much for your business.
I'm bored. Nobody wants to have any fun with me.
We sell
seeing
bows,
you.
arrows, and ale. A unique combination, to be sure.
Let me guess. You want to talk? Of course. Well, there are not enough bad words to describe Nazim, who is lucky to still be alive. Then there's that kid Braith, who thinks he can get away with anything but forgets that one day she will grow up. The annoying preacher that nobody listens to. Also some slimeball called Bellathor who runs the general store and frequently sells his family members to the lowest bidder. Then there's the alchemy woman, who has pronounced me dead several times to flog her overpriced wares. And some cheap tart at the market who sells a body to every man in Whiterun. Did I miss anyone? I'm always ready for a chat. Well, there's your Fasker, where the poses go to show off, but start crying because they split their mead. Then there's Dragon's Reach, the Jarl's Palace, which is full of pretentious fools. Some place called the Drunken Huntsman, which is kind of misleading as there are no Drunken Huntsmen in there. And some other places not worth a mention. Most importantly, though, there is an inn. Okay then. The Drunken Huntsman. I once tried hunting whilst drunk. It was hilarious. I shot some wood elf in the bottom and he squealed like a skeever.
Good day.
Oh no. I think
Take
I
a
just
look.
saw him.
Until next time. I trust you're not planning any trouble. What can I do for you, friend? Once I've made enough money trading with the Khajiit caravans, I'm going to buy the Bannered Mare from Hulda. Thank you. This should turn that old cat's gaze. Maybe I'll be able to become a caravaneer myself one day. As promised, let me show you a thing or two about bargaining. Don't want some shifty merchant giving you a raw trade. Farewell.
Got something for just about everybody in here. Give a holler if you have any questions. Need something? Take a look. See ya.
divines bless your kind heart. Yes, yes. Now, to find... Hello, friend. Only if I can help it. But damn if I ain't almost sober. Hey, in the Bannered Mare, there's this bottle of Argonian ale. The good stuff. Get it for me. They won't even know it's gone. Come on. Argonian ale. I can almost taste it. Well, that all depends on you now, doesn't it?
Finest cuts, fresh from the wilds.
Hello, friend. You've got no idea. Half the men in Whiterun have proposed to me. Some were even single. They'll never understand. No amount of flowers or honeyed words are going to change my mind. Right now, all that matters is my daughter Mila. No man's going to get between me and my little girl. That bard Mikhail is begging for a dagger up against his throat the way he goes on about me. I heard him boasting at the Bannered Mare, saying he'll conquer me as a true Nord conquers any harsh beast. Huh. If you want to try, go right ahead. I don't think anything will get through that thick skull of his, though.
You've got the heart of Mare herself, you know that? Thank you, Carla. Thank you.
Be careful out there.
I work with my mother. Sell fruits and vegetables.
I'm sure they would love to trade in your husband's steel. Plenty of people here to keep your...
Finest cuts, fresh from the wilds. Oh yes, hunting is my great passion. That's why my brother and I opened a shop to sell hunting supplies. It's the Drunken Huntsman, down by the main gate. He tends the store, and I've got this stall. Good hunting.
Trinkets for your good lady.
The finest cuts, fresh from the wilds.
Crafted by the...
Welcome to Bellathor's General Goods. Welcome indeed. Everything's for sale, my friend. Everything. If I had a sister, I'd sell her in a second. Interesting, to say the least. What with all that's been going on the one hand, the supplies are harder to come by since fewer traders are traveling the roads these days. But on the other, the scarcity of supplies has led to some, elevated prices. All that matters is that I have what you need, and it's worth every septim. Isn't it obvious? The wonderful weather and hospitable people, of course. Not to mention my great fondness for dragons and petty political power struggles. But without a doubt, the most compelling feature of this frozen wasteland is the volley of inane questions leveled at me on a regular basis. Some may call this junk. Me, I call them treasures. Come back.
think of our struggles, our suffering?
Nothing. And what of my son?
Spare
What
coin
of
for a
Thorold?
fellow who's down on his
Is
luck.
he nothing?
So you
So
can spend
don't
it on
talk to
drinks
me
at the
about
Bannered Mare.
suffering.
If it's food you need,
Your
ask
son
for that
chose his
instead.
side, and he chose poorly,
Whenever you
and now he's gone.
I'll find a
Such
more
is the way of
charitable
war. The sooner you accept his loss, the better.
I will never accept his death. My son still lives. I feel it in my heart. So tell me, Battleborns, where is he? Where are you holding my Thorold?
Do you believe this old hag? Holding
So, you like using just one hand for your weapon?
He's
I always
my
thought you had
prisoner.
good wrist action.
Face
But
it,
then
Cowell.
again, women
Your
can be
stupid
quite
son
good
is
with their
dead.
hands.
He died a storm-cloaked traitor. And you best keep your mouth shut before you suffer the same.
Come on, Father. There's nothing more to be said here.
All I can think about is
Damn
my
those
son,
Greymanes to
my
oblivion. They want to back the Stormcloaks, they'll get what's coming to them. More bad blood between the houses. Fralya is convinced our family is somehow at fault for the loss of their son. There's no reasoning with these people
And
anymore.
yet they lie to my very face.
Long
Just
live the
browsing
Empire.
today. If the
What do you
gods
need?
be kind, someone will
Good
take
afternoon.
mercy on me and spare a few septims.
All I can think about is my son, my Thorold. They say that he was killed, but I know better. I know my son is alive. I just know it. I can feel it in my heart. You have to believe me. Please visit me at my home. I can tell you the whole story.
Take pity, lady, and spare me a few septims.
The finest cuts, fresh from the wilds.
Got a pretty full stock of potions and alchemy reagents. Pardon me, but do I detect a case of the rattles? I've got something for that. Of a sort. I don't have formal training in the restoration school, but something just as good. Within these walls, I have all that I need to brew a potion for nearly any ailment. If I had a septim for every case of rock joint or whitbane I've cured since I opened this shop, I'd be a rich woman indeed. Why? Because I'm a proud citizen of the Empire? Because the Stormcloaks only want Nords in Skyrim? The Stormcloaks can rot in oblivion for all I care. I've lived in this city for 20 years. 20! Come back anytime if you need a remedy.
There's a rift here in Skyrim. Can't neither magic nor the passing of time make it right.
Come on in. We got warm food, warm drinks, and warm beds.
How can I help you? I train as a scout, but I take no sides in this war. Whether you are a Stormcloak or an Imperial, it matters not. We are all sons of Skyrim. That's right. I wander from city to city to inspire tomorrow's warriors with songs of yesterday's valor.
my favorite drinking buddy. Let's get some meat. Well, would you look at that? Argonian ale. My thanks, friend. Here, take this here healing potion. I found it in the temple. Yes, yes. Now, to find myself a drink.
Could you spare a coin? Hmm? Hi there. Hi there.
Got something for just about everybody in here. Give a holler if you have any
I'm a
questions.
bard by trade. Perhaps you've heard of me. Carlotta put you up to this, didn't she? I'm sorry, but that fiery widow is mine. She just doesn't know it yet. Maybe you're right. I guess I just didn't want anyone to think I couldn't handle one lass. On my honor, I won't bother Carlotta ever again. It's the leaving that's hardest, I know.
Out with it.
Hello. What do you need, my friend? Really? You convinced that lute player to stop chasing me? I'd thank the gods, but I'll settle for thanking you. Here's some coin for your help. Take care of yourself.
Come to Olava for a reading, did you? Sorry, pup, but I'm not quite in the mood.
And what might you need? Everything I've got on display, really.
I know your family's honor is important to you, but we can't afford it.
It took me weeks to find that thieves' den. I can't stop now, and I can't get the sword on my own.
So you're willing to starve?
I hate that pompous red guard who wanders around Whiterun boasting.
I just need to
If
hire
he
one,
mentions
maybe
the
two
Plow
good men.
District one more time,
starve.
then I'm going to get one of
I'll
the
put it
vegetables
plainly.
from his
You
farm
can claim
and
your
brand
sword,
them up
or
his...
you can keep your wife.
Time
If you
to
set
move, I
foot
guess.
outside that gate, I won't be here when you return.
Saphir! Wait, You tried mercenary work? It might suit you.
My Saphir doesn't like that I've been spending so much time looking for my father's old sword. He fed his entire family with the gold he made using that weapon. I'm not about to let it gather dust in some thief's trophy room. I tracked it to a group of bandits nearby, but I'm no fool. I'd need the Whiterun guards or maybe hire the companions to get it. I don't know why I'm saying this, but if you find it out in your travels, I'd be grateful to you. No, friend, that I'm not. But I get along with your kind well enough. No, I'm a Red Guard. My family hails from the Imperial Province. But I left home when I was just a lad. Been wandering ever since. If you find that sword, please bring it to me.
Tell me, do you believe in mighty Arghus, god of life and death? I'm glad to know that because I need your help. You see, I've lost something precious. My amulet of Arghus. It's the source of my divine powers and also a sacred badge of office. I misplaced it in the catacombs. I'd looked for it, but I have been hearing noises down there. I fear the dead have become restless. Without that amulet, I'm powerless to confront them. Would you be willing to search for it? I'll just wait here and make sure nothing foul escapes the catacombs. Blessing of Arcadia upon you.
Hello, child of Kinnereth. The Gildergreen, yes. It's a bit of an eyesore at the moment. More of a problem for the pilgrims than for me, but not many of them around anymore. To the east of here is a hidden grove where the Eldergleam resides. It's the oldest living thing in Skyrim, maybe all of Tamriel. Our tree here in the city was grown from a cutting of that tree. You can still feel the glory of the mother tree through it. Even its name is an echo. I've thought about that. Trees like this never really die, they only slumber. I think if we had some of the sap from the parent tree, we could wake up its child. But even if you could get to the Eldergleam, you couldn't tap it, not with any normal metal. Eldergleam is older than metal, from a time before men or elves. To even affect it, you have to tap into the old magic. You'll have to deal with the Hagravens. I've heard about the weapon they've made for sacrificing Spriggans. It's called Nettlebane. The hags terrify me, or I would have gone after it myself. Your spirit is strong. Kinnereth's winds will guide your path. It's held in a Hagraven nest called Orphan Rock.
Quickly, if you please. I'm quite busy running errands.
I'm a bard by trade. Perhaps you've heard of it.
I don't have
It's
any
the
money.
leaving that's
You
hardest.
better give me 5 septims right now or I'm gonna bloody your nose.
No, please! I really don't have any money, Brave. I'll give you 10 septims tomorrow. Just don't hit me.
10 septims tomorrow, baby Battleborn, or I'm gonna bloody your nose and your lip. What are you looking at? I'm not afraid of you, you know, even if you are my elder.
It's no fun getting pushed around all the time. Well, I used to sneak out at night and try to tip over the big ox in the Greymane's yard. And me and Mila used to climb up on the roof of Dragon's Reach and look for birds' eggs. But I don't do that stuff anymore. Father keeps catching me and then I get in trouble. Alright then. My friend Olava, the seer, she says things will get
If I
better
had
for
a
me
child,
once
I
start
would get them
sticking
to
up for
knock
myself.
every single one of your teeth out.
Hey, get out of here!
Oh, don't let her nonsense fool you. You will grow up to be a weak coward that everyone jokes about.
I can't
You
fight.
don't need a sidekick
Not even
to
a
tell
little
you
bit.
that.
Yes. Braith bullies me all the time. All the elders think I'm a milk drinker because I can't fight. Nobody understands. If you can get Braith to leave me alone, I'll be your best friend. Forever. I'll pay you 2. My whole life savings. 2 septims. Oh, good. She'll listen to you. I just know it. Don't hurt me. You win.
Boys, girls, dogs, elders. There's nobody I won't fight. Yeah? Why? Okay, I'll leave him alone. I was just kidding around. Besides, if he'd only kiss me, I wouldn't have to beat him up all the time.
If you were
Done?
a little older, or I was your parent, I would give you such a beating.
Hey, get out of here! I work with my mother to sell fruits and vegetables. It's fun most days, but hard work.
Well met, kinsman. May your sword be sharp, and your tongue sharper.
come to chat with an old woman, hmm?
There's
Do
a
your
rift
good
here in
deeds today.
Skyrim. Can't neither magic nor the passing of time.
Looking for my husband, Nazim? Check the Jarl's backside. That's usually where he stuffs himself these days.
Yeah?
How do you feel?
The pain's a little less than before. But it's... well, it's bad enough.
More rest will do you good.
How can I help you? I study corpses. I am, after all, a priestess of Kinnereth. On the contrary, I'm doing independent research on the nature of death. If we can better understand how an injury or illness kills, we'll be more adept at applying a remedy. Although, given the state of the temple, I can see why you'd mistake a healer for an undertaker. You sound like Anders. I found he's far less accommodating when it comes to test subjects than Helgerd. He's equally as stubborn when it comes to our skeleton problem. I'm fine with placing them in open burial chambers, but arming them with swords and battle axes seems a little irresponsible. Two reasons, really. The Temple of Kinnereth, and the ample supply of bodies. It allows me to conduct my research while still upholding my duties as a priestess. Of course, the corpses here aren't the only specimens worth study. There's also the men. Currently, I'm deducing the nature of poison. It seems that regardless of the substance, the body has a threshold which cannot be surpassed. This can vary depending on the substance. For instance, the toxicity of nightshade is far higher than that of jazzbay grapes. A jazzbay grape, on the other hand, can leave you susceptible to destruction magic. All things, when consumed in enough quantity, can kill. It is. There's a story, in fact, of a man who drank from a fountain that was rumored to restore youth. An elderly man, he consumed water from dawn until dusk, until his stomach bloated like a gourd. The sun hadn't set when the man collapsed and died. It turns out he succumbed to water poisoning. For him, water was the source of all death. Ah, then you'll enjoy some of Whiterun's other slow and unchanging features. Wood decaying, leaves rustling, and time scur. If you prefer I be more succinct, I was referring to how poison is a product of dosage. The same is true for wounds in time. If healed immediately, a slit throat isn't fatal. Conversely, over time, a slit wrist can bleed out and result in death. True, both healing spells and potions restore the body as a whole, but most of this energy seems wasted in the process. There's 3 types of research. The first is done purely for knowledge. The college mages fall into this category. The second is driven by agenda, the most common of which are money and war. Mostly money, but war's a close second. The third is altruistic, or more specifically, in service to the gods. My research follows no banner. It serves the will of the gods and the protection of all those who worship them. If my research is used for war, then I'm not to blame, even if I'm partly responsible. I trust that people are inherently good, because if mortals are corrupt, then it makes little difference what one person does. I never implied my work was solely on the dead. I used to experiment on small animals. I'd make cuts in multiple locations and attempt to heal only one of the incisions. If the spell succeeded, I would compare the result to a traditional healing spell, as well as the amount of magicka required to cast it. But this presented a new dilemma. Trapping wild animals isn't as easy as opening a coffin. There's also the matter of the screaming. Animals can be quite obnoxious when cut or burned. It's as if they don't understand the concept of research. I didn't take pleasure from the experiments, nor do I take any joy from hurting myself, but I feel I'm too close to stop now. It is a small sacrifice. I can hardly call it one. If you wish to see real sacrifice, talk to John Battleborn. That man aims to give up his family for love. Now there's an impressive subject. By concentrating its effects at a specific area rather than the body as a whole. For a master of restoration, sure, the point is moot. Even a grand healing spell is but a portion of their magicka reserve. But for a novice mage or spell sword, the amount saved on magicka potions alone could be substantial. I have no doubt it would, but I don't like support, and Skyrim has no shortage of test subjects. Plenty. You just have to ask the right questions. Sorry, that's an old necromancer joke. I couldn't resist. Basically, I need test subjects for my restoration research. The dead tell me how certain ailments work. Unfortunately, unlike exterior damage, it's difficult to pinpoint injuries and disease that happen within. You have to dissect the body and look for patterns. Then you compare the results with healthy bodies that died from more obvious wounds. I've always had a soft spot for sailors and travelers, for whom Kinnereth is the matron. They would often visit the temples and pay homage and tend to their wounds. I marveled at these strange visitors from faraway lands, and the priestess whose touch could bind cuts, soften bruises, and solder bones. But what intrigued me most of all was the concept of pain. It was pain that brought these men to the temple first, and the tavern second. The smart ones anyway. The others came too when the ale failed to cure them. Not one of my best. In any case, the point is this. Injury did not eventuate healing. Pain did. Without it, there's nothing to alert us of danger. And they said boorishness was dead. A summoner attempted to conjure up one of the guards a warm bed. They both burned to death. Trolls savagely beat a man near Chilfero Farm. He died, but not before they managed to gnaw off half his face. And before you ask, no, it wasn't Nazim. A bard was attacked on the road simultaneously by an angry bear and a hive of bees. It seems they knew all about him and his honeyed words. A courier was found dead on the road west towards Rorikstead. On him was a letter. He didn't say who from. An archer in the bannered mare mocked Uthgard's figure. She proceeded to pummel him to death. Sense was not an arrow he had in his quiver. Guards have been telling travelers to watch the skies. In the past 2 weeks, 2 separate adventurers have been felled by mudcrabs. Farewell.
don't get why people worship the gods. What have they ever done for us mere mortals? Nothing. I prayed for money, free booze, and more free booze, and did I get it?
Whoa!
No. Instead, I got a hangover and a huge hole in my pocket where my money used to be.
I spend so much time among the dead, I sometimes forget how much I miss the company of the living. Oh, thank Arche! Please, take this gold for your troubles. It was a pleasure.
My poor Fralia think Thorund's still alive, but I know better. Why? Who says I have to be? Skyforged steel is my art and honor. The companions need the best, so they come to me. I don't think so. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Someone there? Nah, I don't think so.
Wine talking. Again. But I think your robe smells of corpses.
Strange. I was about to say the same of you.
Hello, friend.
If you... Ysgramor himself wouldn't have the patience to deal with all the rabble around here.
Someone do something.
Just keep
This should be good. A fight.
Hey, watch it!
Going to enjoy killing you.
Pay attention. You could learn something. We're the best damn fighters in Skyrim. At least some of us are. In charge of what? I'm in charge of me, and you're in charge of you. If you're looking to join up, Codlack's the one to be talking to. A man of my station has many debts. Not much use of labor or learning, but I can throw a punch with the best of them. The companions let me fight for gold, so I fight.
You
All
think
right.
you stand a chance?
Pull him back! What is it? Ask any fool around here, and get a different answer. Mercenaries, warriors of honor, brothers and sisters of the blade, drunken huntsmen. Take your pick. I've been here longer than most of them. Even I don't think sometimes. Just hope we don't kill each other. None of our business. No honor to be had in the squabbling of the armies. I learned the ways of the blade in the Great War. Nearly lost my life outside the Imperial City. I came home to Skyrim when it was all over. There wasn't much good in it. Wandered around as a blade for hire. It was a damn good one, too. The money was good, and the women were good. The drinks were good. But I was losing myself, my heart. I was lucky the companions found me. Now there's a reason to be fighting. The honor of my brothers and sisters is worth more than coin. Of course the money is still good. And the drinks. So you think you have what it takes? Lucky for you, I'm not the one who makes that decision. Talk to Codlack. Who knows? Maybe he's in a generous mood. Until next time. Which? I didn't order vegetables. Lot. So I have it. All right. I'll buy the ingredients tomorrow.
We Grey Maids have been feuding with the Battleborns for years. There's no more bitter enemy than an old friend. Oh, they used to be something. Nowadays, they just squabble amongst themselves. Take my advice and keep away. You look too smart to get caught up with this bunch. used to be fast friends, though it was long ago. We were two of the city's oldest and most respected clans, and we could trace our histories all the way back to Ysgramor's companions. But then Ulfred got rich and decided he and his kin were too good for us simple, backwards Nord folk. When the troubles began, he took the Empire's side. We haven't spoken much since then. Oh, we've got an old saying. The Grey Manes have lived in Whiterun since the first snows fell in Skyrim. Well, maybe that's not entirely true, but our clan's got a long and proud history in this old. We respect the old ways, the Nord ways, and the Grey Mane has worked the Skyforge since before the time of my grandfather's father. Aye, they're an old clan like ours, but they cast their lot with the Empire when the uprising began. Ulfred Battleborn made his money from farming, and got himself some new friends among the Empire's nobles. Now he's in the Emperor's pocket like the rest of them, with no regard for honor and tradition. I was done talking anyway.
I'm bored. Nobody wants to have any fun with me.
Oh, I'm just a servant, dear. You want to talk to one of the companions, I'm sure. A good bunch of men and women who make too much a mess, if you ask me.
Goodbye,
dear.
For too long.
Yes? Only the most famous warrior band in all of Skyrim. Have you been living with the Horkers? When we arrive, blood is spilled and our blades sing to the glories of Ysgramor. This is life, sister. The struggle is what reminds us to draw breath. The Circle are the ones who parcel out the jobs. That's Ayla, Skewer, and the brothers, Arghus and Vilkas. Kodlak advises them, but he doesn't really give orders. Are you kidding? I've wanted to be with them since I was a little girl. Haven't you heard the stories of Kodlak and Skewer fighting off the 101 orc berserkers? Skewer says it was more like 40, but he's just being modest. Where else would I want to be but here? Learning from them, fighting at their sides. Farewell.
Ah, fresh blood. Hope you know how to handle yourself. Why would you even come to Jorvaska without knowing what we stand for? This is not play acting here. We are the true spirit of Skyrim. Honor is in our blood, death in our hearts. If you seek either, you've found the right place. Soon enough, it'll be me.
You serious?
In the meanwhile, the Circle handles our daily routine, and Kodlak advises them as Harbinger. Fortune and glory, friend. Fortune and glory.
Speak. Are you looking to join? I wouldn't get your hopes up. The short answer is, we fight. The long answer is, forget it. You're not worth my time.
You don't just waddle in here and get to speak to the boss. Who do you think you are? If you want to embarrass yourself, I won't stop you. Kodlak is the Harbinger. He's the closest thing you'll find to a leader around here. So I wouldn't have to answer stupid questions from idiots.
Mm-hmm. If you wish to hunt with me, your feet need to be quick and your eyes quicker. All right, then.
I haven't seen you before, have I? Have we met? I'm sorry if I've
heard
forgotten.
some rumors about you and Skjor.
And if you want to keep having ears, you'll pretend you didn't.
Is it not allowed?
It's not exactly forbidden, but even so, it's not true. So that's that.
My brother Vilkas is a better talker than me. He should be around someplace. The companions are my family. We fight so that other people don't have to. We bring honor and glory to ourselves and each other. Too confusing for me. Empire, Nords, Talos, who cares? Just tell me who needs bludgeoning. Vilkas and I have been here since we were little whelps. Our father Jurgen raised us here. Even Vigner couldn't remember companions younger than us. Kodlak is the one who figures out who can be a companion, so talk to him. It's out of my hands. Until next time.
Losing your clothes at the most inappropriate moments? No, me neither. Okay, well, maybe sometimes.